You got the juice now, man.
Welcome to Film Freedom, your go-to for deep dive. Where Are They Now journeys into iconic films that shaped pop culture. Today, we're rewinding the clock to 1992 and stepping into the pulse-pounding streets of Harlem with Juice. A gripping tale of friendship, betrayal, and the hunger for respect. This movie didn't just define a genre, it launched careers and cemented legacies. But where did the cast go after the cameras stopped rolling? Let's find out. Juice follows 4 Harlem teens, Q, Bishop, Raheem, and Steele, as they navigate a world where loyalty is fragile and power comes with a price. It's a coming-of-age story turned cautionary tale, where one decision spirals into life or death consequences. Directed by Ernest R. Dickerson and pulsing with a killer soundtrack and gritty realism, this film became a cult classic for a reason. But while the characters were unforgettable, the actors behind them, their real-life stories took some unexpected turns. What happened to the man who stole every scene? Let's start with the most unforgettable character in Juice. Bishop. Charismatic, unhinged, dangerous. Bishop wasn't just a villain. He was a symbol of what happens when ambition curdles into obsession. Tupac Shakur was just 20 years old when he stepped into this role, and Juice marked his first major film performance. What made it chilling was how natural he was. Too natural. Before Juice, Pac was already gaining traction as a rapper with Digital Underground. But this film catapulted him into a new kind of spotlight. Critics took notice, casting directors took notes, and fans? They never forgot that stare. After Juice, Tupac's acting career expanded with roles in Poetic Justice, Above the Rim, Gridlocked, and Bullet. But as his artistry soared, so did the controversies. From public feuds to legal trouble, his life played out in the headlines. In 1996, at just 25, Tupac was fatally shot in Las Vegas. Officially, the case remains unsolved, though theories and speculations continue to swirl even decades later. What remains undeniable is this: Juice didn't just launch his career, it cemented his legacy. Up next, the quiet strength of the crew, Q. Ever wonder what happened to the DJ with a dream? Q was the heart of the story. Calm, focused, and caught between loyalty and survival, Q just wanted to make it as a DJ. But life and Bishop had other plans. Omar Epps was just 18 when he played Q, and it was his very first film role. But he delivered a performance that felt seasoned, controlled, and real. That breakout success led to a steady rise. After Juice, Epps landed major roles in Higher Learning, The Program, Love and Basketball, and In Too Deep. But TV gave him a second home. He played Dr. Eric Foreman on House for 8 seasons, cementing his spot in TV drama history. In recent years, Epps has appeared in series like Power Book 3 Raising Kanan and This Is Us. Still active in Hollywood and now also a producer and author, Epps has kept his artistry sharp without losing that quiet intensity we first saw in Q. But every leader needs a best friend. Let's talk Raheem. Remember the peacemaker of the group? Raheem was the glue, the calm center that tried to keep the group grounded. Loyal, level-headed, and respected, he represented what the crew could have been if power hadn't torn them apart. Khalil Kain was around 27 when he took on the role, but he slipped into the high school vibe seamlessly. Juice gave him a national spotlight, but it was just the beginning. You might remember him best as Darnell on Girlfriends, where he played Maya's complicated love interest for multiple seasons. Kain kept a steady TV and film career, with appearances in For Colored Girls, Living Single, Moesha, and Renaissance Man. In the 2010s, Kain transitioned into more behind-the-scenes work, writing, producing, and even teaching acting. He stayed away from the Hollywood chaos, but he's never stopped creating. Next, let's talk about the comic relief with surprising heart, Steele. Epic ending. Steele was the clown of the group, funny, loyal, and always trying to lighten the mood. But in Juice, even the comic relief wasn't safe. His character's arc was a brutal reminder that no one escapes the fallout. Jermaine Hopkins was just 19 during filming, but he already had a hit under his belt, Lean on Me, 1989, where he played Thomas Sams. After Juice, he kept riding that wave with roles in Def Jam's How to Be a Player, The Parent Hood, and Bullet, alongside Tupac again. But off-screen, things got messy. Hopkins faced legal trouble over the years. Most notably, in 2011, he was arrested during a sting operation involving, you guessed it, drug-related charges. He's kept a low profile since then, occasionally popping up in indie projects and interviews reflecting on his early fame. Now let's shift gears and look at some of the standout supporting players. Juice gave us unforgettable lines like, "You gotta get the juice." And who could forget the slow-motion convenience store scene or Bishop's cold stare as the crew fell apart? The soundtrack featuring Eric B. and Rakim, Naughty by Nature, and Big Daddy Kane still hits hard today. The fashion, bucket hats, bomber jackets, high-top fades helped define early 90s streetwear. More than anything, Juice captured the raw tension of young black men growing up in America, torn between dreams and survival. Tupac Shakur remains a cultural icon. His image, voice, and message are immortal, even decades after his death. Omar Epps continues to work steadily in film and TV, respected and reliable. Khalil Kain has embraced a quieter path, creative, consistent, and grounded. Jermaine Hopkins has faced setbacks, but occasionally re-emerges in nostalgic projects and fan events. Juice was more than just a movie. It was a moment, a warning, a mirror. And for the actors involved, it was the start of something bigger, or for some, the beginning of a storm. Which cast journey surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you never miss a trip down memory lane. Until next time, this is Film Frieden, signing off.